Welcome back to another episode of Martin James Designs. On this episode, we're gonna fire this bike. It's finally come time. Everything's basically finished. We're just gonna get the final touches done to the bike and get fuel in it, get this thing fired, and we're also going to be dealing with this Thunder Max auto tuner, get that all ironed out, and you guys will be hearing this bike running. So let's just get right to it. This is when I envy any of you guys who live in sunny areas of the world, because we deal with a lot of snow and rain here in BC, and it's not ideal for riding season. We definitely only get to ride about half the year. So the snow's landed again, and it looks like it's here to stay for quite a while. So I was expecting to have this bike fired today. That's the plan, get it all fired up. I'm gonna put fluids in it. I went and picked fuel up today, and gonna finish off the electrical, get the gas tank fully installed and completed, finish off the forward controls, and get on the auto tuner. Haven't installed that yet before, so it's gonna be kind of a how-to, learn as I go, and get this bike running. That's the plan. I got the computer software being downloaded right now, and Dennis is on his way over to give me a hand. So the plan is that you're gonna hear a motorcycle running today. Okay, so forward controls are complete. As you can see, there's that bracket that we welded on. Dennis welded that for me and repowder coated it. So that's completed. It's all pretty much been adjusted. I might need to make a few other modifications, but got the peg back on. So the forward controls are now complete. I'm gonna remove this gas tank, and so that way Dennis can finish off the wiring for me. Mounted the side signals. Those are all completed now. I just got that done. So it's gonna look really nice with these wires going up to the underside of the frame. And that's where we're pretty much at right now. I'm gonna get the horn installed too. I'll actually probably tackle that right now, and gonna put fluids in the bike. That's the next step. This is how close we're getting. This is all that's left on the table. So the auto tuner, the center console, and the mirrors I'll do at the very end. And that's it. There's a couple loose bolts for the battery cover and the wiring harness for the rear brake, and this bike is back together. Okay, Dennis is here. He's gonna start grabbing his stuff and finish off the wiring really quick while I just finish putting the fluids in the bike. And before we get on the Thunder Max auto tuner, we're gonna just fire this thing up, make sure it's all running, and then get going on that auto tuner. This is when you know you're getting somewhere. I got the keys, so we're gonna turn this over, just put the battery in the bike, and Dennis is gonna check the wiring on the signals, make sure it's all good, and we're hoping to fire this pretty quick. Okay, bike update. All the fluids are in the bike. I just put the new S&S oil filter in, got the battery in, we checked all the electrical, put all the electrical grommets back in the clip to the underside of the frame. That's all done. We've tested the signals, they work, bike's got power, headlight works. So now I'm just gonna quickly put the Ford control piece back. I had to take it out to get the oil filter in. Then we're going to put the gas tank on, get all the wiring and the fuel lines connected to the gas tank, and then we're gonna get ready to start it. Okay, still got to seal the gasket along the center console of the bike. So we just have a temporary plugged in and wired so we can get this thing fired. And I'm gonna grab the 1/4-inch gas line, run that, connect these two, and put some fuel in this bike.
Cody's gonna put some jet fuel in this thing and we're gonna go to town.
Yeah, jet fuel. It only runs on jet fuel. Oh, I actually put diesel in this by an accident.
No, it smells
You
like
think it'll
gas.
still run, right?
It doesn't smell like diesel. She's like a rocket, eh? It's sleek. This thing's gonna be a fucking rocket, man.
I like those lights. Oh, check out the gauge. Oh, sick. So how the fuel battery gauge works?
Everything working on fuel, like lights and sensors, everything good.
Oh. Yeah.
Sounds healthy. She's gonna be choppy.
Okay, I got to program the Dakota digital gauge and put this auto tuner in and get it all tuned up, but it fires and it sounds absolutely amazing. I totally didn't think it was going to be as loud as it is. but it sounds super good. Those signals turned out nice with the headlight. Okay, we've opened the Thundermax Auto Tuner. We have the O2 sensors out and all the hardware. We've downloaded the program to my laptop, so we're gonna start installing the sensors, and we have the controller here. I'm gonna start by unhooking the battery. Here we go. Stock ECU's out. Now we have the new Thundermax. We're gonna remove the O2 sensors, both front and back. Now we're gonna reinstall the new O2 sensors. Install the rear O2 sensor. Okay, from the front O2 sensor, we've strapped it along here to the top side of the bottom of the frame. Strapped it all here above the kickstand, and then it goes underneath, up here through the behind the belt, up through the top. So that was the best way to run this, we found. And the back O2 sensor goes down behind the primary cover and makes its way back up through the top as well. So everything's underneath the seat. Auto tuner's installed. We got the laptop out and we're ready to connect to the computer. I brought Kelly out because she's a genius, right?
Sometimes.
And we're gonna get this thing linked.
Connect the USB to the ECU. So you guys have the ECM communication located under the retainer plate. You've already got it connected
Yes,
there.
everything's complete. It's full install's done. All we have to do is start the computer process.
Okay, we're gonna close this and restart it after we're hooked up. You have the keys for ignition ready?
Yeah.
Key on. There it is. It's a link. Okay, this is good. That whatever that was good.
Is that a good thing?
That was a great thing.
Okay.
Designs.com. Kodi at merchantjamesdesigns.com.
Base map definition.
Okay, so setting up with the base map, we got as close as we can to what's in there with a 2-into-1 exhaust, 575 cam, which we have the 585 SNS in here, high flow air cleaner, stock pistons, and a 96 cubic inch engine. So we got pretty close in
right there. So that's your
that
setup.
map. There's our setup.
Then you want to update the map to. Should be good.
2-to-1, high flow. Once verified, click the load base map button to save it to the software. The select has been opened. Would you like to write the noise of the map module? Yes.
Now we're linking computers with Harleys and engines. Brought Kelly in to give us a hand.
It's right in the map. Then
That's
we'll send it to
good.
the computer.
Hey, Mads.
And then we gotta go
Hey,
to
Char.
the tuning map.
Are you guys excited to hear the Harley run?
Yeah.
We got the whole family
Once you get
here.
going, we gotta keep an eye on the fuel curve. and shit.
Even Nicole.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Nicole is one.
Okay, everything's been pretty straightforward so far. We're just setting the rest of the parameters to get transferred over to the Thundermax to the bike. Kel's just finishing off the last bit of the controls on the computer. She took care of that for us. I'm not really the greatest at those things. And we're gonna do the ignition startup sequence and get this bike running. Okay, we got it done. The Thundermax auto tuner is complete. The bike's running. It's been fully programmed and downloaded. The next step is to ride the bike, but that's not happening right now because of all the beautiful snow that we have here in BC. But for now, it's literally waiting, ready to go. Now I can work on getting all the deficiencies on the bike completed, and this bike will be moving off the lift, and it's time for the next one. That's a pretty rewarding feeling to actually hear this bike run. I've never did the cams before, so that was new, and I haven't done the Thundermax auto tuner. So adding all those things to this build, just in hearing that bike run and the difference between the auto tuner once it had the computer in it and before, you could really notice the difference of the way the bike was running. So I can't wait to start logging some hours on this bike, get some kilometers on it. So on the next episode, I'm gonna get this bike up and running, and you're going to see it ridden. That's the plan, so make sure you stay tuned. We're gonna do the first test drive on the bike, and the primary cover gets sorted out. I'm really stoked on that. If you've seen from the other episode, we had that issue with it. It had the crappy primary cover that I had to use to get the bike going, but I get it all sorted out, and we're going to get that changed over and do the final few deficiencies on the bike, and then we're going to take it for a test drive. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, leave a comment, ask some questions, let me know what you guys think of the bike, and thanks a lot for watching, guys. See ya.